Hey, wizards, guess what? It's Kieran Ashhammer. I'm back for another episode of the Dual School Fire and Storm walkthrough. And we are excited, guys, so we're going to go ahead and get going. We got to defeat some Sakwi Crushers and collect the key to the Hall of Champions. So let's head right over there now. Let's get this show on the road. I hope everybody's been doing good. Sakwi Crushers. I just want Sakwi Crushers. I don't want anything else but a Sakwi Crusher. There we go. There's some Sakwi Crusher action right there. I hope everybody's been doing good, guys. I've had a fantastic week so far. In fact, I don't even know where to begin how awesome the week has had. So let's go ahead and just get after these guys and see if we can't take down a few of these guys. So anyways, while we're here, let's just say I got a big thank you. I got to thank Exquisite Water, Dingus. I got to thank Black Leg. I'd like to do a shout out also to some other great new subscribers like Dartside Gaming and Dawson Stewart Highlights. Let's not forget 191 Pogo, Nimbus 36, Harold Omene, I Am Bree, Derek Logan. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel, guys. You guys are absolutely, oh, can't do that now. You guys are absolutely positively awesome. Thank you for your support. And guys, if you have not subscribed to the channel, you can always hit that subscribe button and give us support. We have broken over 800 subscribers in this last week, which is a huge hallmark, guys, as we continue to shoot for that big 1,000 subscriber mark. So I just want to say thanks for everybody that's done that. Also, don't forget, if you like the video, hit that like button, guys. And hey, if you don't ever want to miss a video, you can always hit the bell too. Yep, you could always hit the bell. Here's some damage over time action here. God, they had to put those shields up. Yeah, that's not so good. And that health's not going to help me too long. Okay, let's see here. Let's see. Let's go ahead and start hammering these guys. 82, that's good. That's good. Not enough, though. We have to, like, really do some damage on it. You go, Bat. You go. Well, anyway, so today, guys, we are going to try to finish up Kaiba's errands. Hopefully that won't take too long. And once we're done with Kaiba's errands, we're going to go ahead and see where that leads us to next. So, help in general Kaiba is a big deal. Big deal. Ooh, that hurt. Okay. I think we've got him. Did you see that? That almost killed him. How funny is that? Can't believe that almost killed him. Because that didn't kill him. Okay. Options. So many options. Very, very nice. Hey guys, if you like some Minecraft, I just put out the first episode for Season 6. Kimise, we reset the server. Got a great start off. Start building the new house. We've got all sorts of awesome things happening. So if you're like some Minecraft and you want to play, we do have room on the server. All you have to do is be a Twitch subscriber or a member of our Patreon, and that gets you access to our whitelisted Minecraft server. Go ahead and check the links below if you're interested. I did start streaming again last Saturday, so for sure check me out on Saturday mornings. I will be streaming on Saturday mornings. Ooh, parchment. Okay. And I should have some other streams coming up too as time settles.
Most excellent. We are close now. You have proven to be a most valiant warrior. I will send some loyal troops through these passageways. Would you perform the boldest part of the plan? Defeat Aji Sakwi and use the frozen forge to create my new blade.
Fantastic. Did you see that, guys? We just went up a level, so we are now level 17. Ooh, we got some training points. That could be pretty useful because there are some spells we need to pick up. Now, I don't think level 17 gets us to any new spells in the Fireland or Storm, but, and I don't think we can get Shuffle yet either. So We'll probably just have to hold on at the moment, but it's nice to see the training points starting to add up. That really does help things, those training points. And like I said, we're going to use those primarily for our secondary school. And then there's going to be a spell here and there we're going to pick up to help us out quite a bit as well. That's the strategy, at least. Very nice. And there we are.
You will not evade me, wizard. Prepare to meet your doom.
Okay, Aji Sakwi. Let's go ahead and knock these guys out. Let's go ahead and do this. This will be good. Oh, I saw it coming. Scoundrel. Throwing up those fire shields. We're going to get this off right away. Ouch. Now, with the blade and everything, this will defeat this guy over a few rounds, but it should pretty much get rid of him. Yeah. Okay, unfortunately, we're probably going to take another hit from him before we get rid of him. Okay, so at the meantime, let's go ahead and prep this guy for a shark. Oh, scoundrel. Putting a tower shield up. Hate tower shields. Ooh, a troll to the chin. Heck. Now, guys, if this is the first time you're catching this, this is the Dual School walkthrough. We are doing a true Dual School wizard, and we're only focusing on Dual School gear. So, if we can't craft it or buy it from the bazaar, we're not using it. So, we're going to focus on crafted gear and gear that we can get here in Wiz. We're not going to be using crowns for gear. The only thing that we used crowns for was our mount, because I always got to have a mount at the beginning. And for the occasional stitch, because I do like to adjust my threads so they look really awesome. Now, the Dual School gear that we have right now is some Stormfire gear, and we'll continue to build that gear. Let's see what type of hit we can get with this. So those are self-imposed rules, you know. We still got to get a pet worth a darn, though. Yeah, none of my pets really are worth anything. So I've got to get one bred up so he's not, not terrible. You know what I'm talking about? That's going to give us something that we don't want. Ooh, that was a good hit, not quite the win that I was shooting for. But that's okay. We can follow it up with the Thunder Snake. Oh, wow. My health is like in terrible shape. Good thing I did this. Very cool. Very cool. Did we get anything cool there? It's nice to see the spellements. Okay, there's that frozen forge we were in here supposed to take care of. Excellent. Let's go tell General Kaiba the good news. Very good news, right? I think it's good news. It's excellent news. Oh, no. Yes. I think what we're going to do is flee, because I will not survive this fight. So, I often don't flee, guys. I often don't flee just because... Yeah, because I don't think I need to flee most of the time. But I saw that fight pretty much coming to an end fairly quickly. Okay, so yeah, I had like 200 health. It wasn't a good combination. I was not set up for success there. But that's okay. We can get back to General Kaiba pretty quickly. But boy, do we need some. We need some mana. Wisp. We need Wisp. We need all sorts of stuff. Yeah, because I do not have I do not have health or mana. That's kind of terrible. And I'm out of potions. Maybe we should have gone somewhere else. Maybe just a little bit. Okay. Let's go see General Kaiba. Thank God there's a teleporter there. Kaiba.
Excellent work, Wizard. You made my plan a success. With you on our side, we are certain not to fail.
Hey.
I must stay and rally our forces. Your help will not be forgotten, Wizard. You have done much to earn the trust of the Order of the Fang. Go tell Shalak the Wise in the entrance hall that I am once again ready to lead our fight.
So I told you that'd be a quick talk right there. Let's go talk to Shalak the Wise. Okay, Shalak, he should be in here. There he is, good old Shalak the Wise. Here's the good news.
Excellent. You found the great General Kaiba and returned him to the fold. Perhaps the sleep has no ill effect on any of the Order. We may very well defeat the Tuts for good this time. With General Kaiba, the Order can plan strategy. But without our fearless warrior, Khai Amate the Great, who are we? I'm concerned that our Mander ally, Akko, has not yet found Khai Amate. Please go to the Grand Arena and help Akko. Khai Amate's ferocity in battle stirs the fight in all of us. He must be found.
Okay, time to go to the Grand Arena because we gotta find Khai Amate. Oh yeah, Kai, my friend Amate. That's good to see a little bit of wisp action here. We need some mana wisps. There he is, Akko. What's the good word, Akko?
Are you a warrior, young wizard? Because a warrior is what we need.
Wow, that's a great updated model there.
KayaMate the Great is fighting in the Colosseum, but Manders aren't allowed in. I've got another idea. Disguised as a gladiator, you wouldn't raise any suspicion. If you accept, you should battle Sphinx gladiators to earn the mark of the gladiator. The mark will gain you entry. When you have it, return to me to complete your disguise.
Okay, let's go do it. Mark of the Gladiator. Defeat any Sakwi, of course. We have to defeat some Sakwis, but we're not going to do it with the amount of wisp action we have here. In fact, guys, we're going to have to make a call. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do that. We're going to hit the house, but we're going to hit Wizard City so we can go ahead and fill up our potions. Because we don't fill up our potions, we could find ourselves in a position that does not favor us. Yes. So let's go ahead and grab our potions. Andy, there we go. Okay. Ooh, almost there. Quickest way. And this is probably the best use of gold is filling potions, I'll be honest with you. I don't do the games very much. Yeah, the side games, yeah. Fill all potions by... Use one potion, yes. Fill all potions by... Best money ever spent. Okay, back to the Grand Arena, guys. Okay, defeat any Sakwi. Well, let's take on the Sakwi Brawler then. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Opening with the Frost Beetle. That's okay. We'll blade up. Now let's hear. Oh, you know what? I think we were talking a little bit, a few episodes, we were talking about the different types of wizards. Yeah, gosh, I remember that. And I apologize for not finishing that conversation. But let's talk a little bit about wizards and what you can get out of your wizard. So, for instance, we were talking about the different styles of wizard, or the different types of classes that we have here in Wizard101. And we were talking about the three main. You had attack wizards, you have tank wizards, and you have support wizards. And for instance, like Fire, Storm, and Firestorm, and Myth are all considered attack wizards, and they all have their own, what do you call it, strengths and weaknesses in the way that they attack and do things. Like, for instance, Storm is always big hits, whereas Fire is damage over time is the strength of their types of attacks and everything, versus if you're looking at Myth, they can attack in group because they can summon multiple minions, and with the Minstrology makes them probably one of the most powerful wizards out there with that particular tool. So those three wizards are all considered attack or damage type wizards. They're all for the offense. They're offensive wizards. And then you've got wizards such as Ice, and Death. And Ice and Death are both considered what we call tank wizards. And a tank wizard is a wizard that can buff their defense so that they can take lots of hits, lots of damage. They can either set up shields, like, for instance, Ice is really good about shielding, really good about putting armor up that's going to help defend them long term against big attacks. And so, for instance, that's why Ice is considered a good tank, because they can, draw fire. In fact, they got taunt spells, which will cause the mobs to attack them directly. And the Death School also has similar stuff. In fact, the Death School, when you look at it, even though they have good attacks, they can regenerate from over half of their attack spells. That's a huge benefit, and that's one of the things that makes them such a good, what we would call tank class as well, because they're self-healing. So when they make an attack, they pull that energy back, and so they're not out. Whereas like your main damage schools, like Fire and Storm and Myth, they really don't have hardly any healing abilities at all. Fire has a little bit, like you've already seen the Fire healing spell, and it's not so great. Even the other Fire healing spell is not super great. It works the same way, where it's like a heal over time, but you get so little back, it really doesn't benefit all that much. And then the Storm healing spell is a little bit better, but you don't get that until way late in the game.
Perfect. Now with this gear I got you and the Mark of the Gladiator, you'll be able to march into the Colosseum unnoticed. You'll find the Colosseum up ahead. When you enter, be sure to talk to Marakara, the Arena Master. Tell him you want to fight KayaMate the Great. When you succeed, tell KayaMate that the Order of the Fang needs him to rejoin the cause. My plan should work, I hope. Good luck, young wizard, and be careful.
Very cool. Let's go do this thing. And so that leads to two support classes or schools we talked, and I think we talked about that last episode, because you have Balance and Life, which are really support classes, although they can both do fairly significant damage, and Balance has the ability to hit with like any type of school damage. So there's a huge advantages with that particular school as far as an overall well-rounded school, but it's still considered a support because it can support with blades, it can support with healing,
Puny foreigner, you think you can take down KayaMate the Great? We'll soon see how you fare against real warriors. How about proving yourself first, novice? Think you could defeat a lowly Sakwi Ripper? All right. It should be entertaining. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new contestant.
Okay, let's take care of a lowly Sakwi Ripper so we can go ahead and get a chance to find Khai Amate. Something tells me this won't be a straightforward thing. This might take some time to get there. Very good. So those are the four. So when you classify the schools, you're either got a big damage, attack style wizard, and each one of those schools works a little bit differently. You've got support wizards like Life or Balance, and each of those schools works it a little bit differently. And then you also have the tank schools like Ice and Death, and each of those work tanking from a different perspective. Now, when Wizard was originally thought up, I believe they were thinking of those terms, but they were also trying to really create each school and create a unique identifier to that school. Like for instance, some schools they never gave AoEs to. Like Life never had an AoE to begin with, and was it just Life? Yeah, I think Life was the only school that really didn't have an AoE early in the game, but Life was also a very strong support school and could run as a tank as well. So there was some reasoning behind that, because when they designed this game, they didn't design it so that you could pick any class wizard and solo the whole game. They really meant for you to find some additional wizards to go play with, and I still think that's the most fun way to play the game, when you have a group of people to go questing with, especially if you can do it in fours, because that just makes it all that more fun. Like things like this, it just makes the game more entertaining, I think. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just one way. It's just one of the ways the game was originally designed. Like for instance, the big AoE spells like Orthros. Orthros was actually more of a double hit spell, for Myth, and it was never an AoE spell. Let's see here. So, yeah. So I mean, there was a lot of thought put into the different schools and how they could support each other in different ways. But as people started playing over the years, a lot of play styles started just to follow what I call the internet model, and so everybody would just start copying what one YouTube Let's Player would show as the best builds, etc., etc.
Not bad, but don't congratulate yourself just yet. The Sakwi Ripper is actually a pushover. We'll see what happens in the next round. Okay, I think you got lucky, that Sakwi Ripper. Prepare for something with a little more heat. Ladies and gentlemen, for your enjoyment, we have a special duel. Foreigner Wizard versus the Wild Sunbird. Cheer for the gladiators! You can watch them in action behind the bird gate.
To the bird gate. Yep. So, when they originally designed the game, that was definitely a big intention, was for everybody to learn to build teams and to be social. But like I said, people started just working it, and then King's Isle also did it to themselves a little bit when they started developing the special gear that you could get. Like, for instance, I believe Waterworks was the first one of its kind.
You are the new kid on the block? Maybe the block isn't big enough for the both of us. We'll see who stays and who goes. Ah!
So, for instance, you would get, the Waterworks gear was very, very powerful gear. So guess what? You go grind out the Waterworks gear, because that gives you such a huge advantage, when you're playing, So those are some of the things that people just start doing. They just start focusing on the best gear, or playing it only a single way, like playing every wizard almost the same way. And there's a lot of players that do that. They'll take their wizard and they'll go ahead and work really hard to buff up the damage so they can hit as hard as they can, so they then go in and go out, not really always taking advantage of the different play styles you can get for each type of school. Like, for instance, playing an ice wizard really is quite a bit different than playing a high damage wizard. Like with a storm wizard, you want to go in there and you want to hit as hard and as fast as possible, because A, you don't want to die. That's like a huge thing with storm wizards, is you don't want to get hit too early, because storm wizards tend to have a lot less health, especially early in the game. So you want to get a hit out quick, and finish them off. Versus an ice, you're not going to be able to hit them and kill them in that first hit. And so you gotta work it a little bit. You've got to throw some shields up. You've got to slow down the damage. You got to take a few hits before you can do any final destructive kill hits. And so you work them differently. Or like Myth, the idea behind Myth was that you were going to if you're by yourself, you could always summon additional minions, especially with Monstrology. I think when they added Monstrology, that was really a completion to the whole myth character, and they really made that particular wizard and class super desirable with that. You know, and I think that was one of the things that was necessary because Myth really deserved that. Myth needed that. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, the game has evolved over time to the point now where they've been doing huge spell audits trying to adjust the amount of damage per pip so that they continue to develop the game for higher levels. A gear audit is something they really need to do that they've been talking about, but they haven't quite done it yet. They've done lots of spell audits, but they haven't done a full gear audit. And I honestly think for this game to grow, a gear audit has to happen. And there'll be a lot of unhappy people with the gear audit. And part of the reasons why there'll be a lot of unhappy people is, let's be honest, they spend a lot of time trying to get the very best gear in the game. And for that gear to change, that would be kind of disappointing, especially after all the hours they put in. Of course, I think the correct attitude would say, oh, now I can do a different build for my wizard and get different gear. Or maybe this is still the best gear. I don't have to change anything. It's just a little bit different the way it's set up for my wizard. And to me, that's the way to think about it. If they do major changes, such as gear-related buffs or debuffs, I think that can only be good for the game, because part of the biggest problems of Wizard101 is that the gear, is that the way they've rolled out certain gear, certain high-quality gears, it really does limit the most powerful way you can build a character.
Wait, did I say the Sunbird is tough? It's... Okay. But you'll have to prove that was not beginner's luck. I thought I heard a cheer or two for you last time. Maybe I can set up a match between you and Stonechin. But you'll have to make him interested in you first. Tell you what, if you bash a couple of those Ice Weavers, I think we can set something up. Stonechin likes fresh spider eyes. Collect some of those and he'll be willing to tangle with you.
Okay, we have to squish some spiders, but unfortunately, guys, that's all the time we have today. We'll talk more about Wizard and classes and different ways it's played. Of course, my opinions are my opinions. They don't necessarily mean that's the way to play the game. It's just the way I like to play the game, and I enjoy it. I've been playing the game for over 10 years, and I love sharing my experiences with you guys. I hope you all have a great day and a great week. We'll probably see a second video later this week, especially since we're taking a little bit break from Pirate 101 since we finished the Musketeer walkthrough and taking a little siesta from that. But I hope to see you guys again. This is Kieran Ashhammer for the Fire and Storm walkthrough Dual School. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.